Hello, good people. May the 4th be with you. That's nerd speak for stay woke, my friends. Did you have a good April? I had a great April because it was Easter, one of my favorite holidays. I love Easter and the promise of redemption and resurrection. It was good to see Pope Francis attend the Easter Mass in St. Peter's Square. Even though he didn't lead it, it was still very heartwarming to see him there, little knowing that that would be the last time that we ever saw him again. Pope Francis really was a special human being, and the world is a lot darker now that he's gone. I wonder what we will see happen next. We got to feed a little bit of our voyeuristic fantasies by, thanks to Prime releasing the Conclave with Ralph Fiennes shortly after the passing of the Pope. The Conclave really was a good movie. Stellar acting all through the cast, especially Isabella Rossellini, Stanley Tucci, and Lucian Nsadi, as well, of course, by masterful acting by Ralph Fiennes. But even more than that, the acting, the production, the cinematography, the music was just awesome. Was the soliloquy, I guess it was called, the homily that Ralph Fiennes' character gave about halfway through the movie, that really struck me. How uncertainty and faith go hand in hand, and one strengthens the other, and one reinforces the other. And I've been meditating on that a lot since watching that movie, and learning to embrace uncertainty more with faith. So we'll see how that helps find a way out. I got a double helping of Ralph Fiennes this April, and Ralph Fiennes sure is fine. I also saw The Return, Umberto Pasolini's adaptation of Homer's The Odyssey. Well, not exactly the whole Odyssey, just the end part where Odysseus returns to Ithaca and finds all the disruption and uncertainty and chaos in his nation and his home household and family. Again, Ralph Fiennes was masterful in that. Did a lot more body acting in The Return. The movie overall, to me, it seemed like just another of that same kind of genre that we've been seeing with mythical adaptations in films over the last 20 years, which I call rational humanism. You know, trying to rationalize mythology and purge it of all of its supernatural magic and such. We've seen that treatment with even Clash of the Titans and the King Arthur movie, and there was the Gods of Egypt, and just trying to like make it look modern or something that the average person could expect to see, just down at the supermarket or something like that. But The Return, I felt, had a stronger message than a lot of these mythical adaptations that have been coming out, in that it was examining what makes a man good or a person good. how, or more accurately, maybe how to take the measurement of a human being. Maybe I'm reading more into it than Pasolini was trying to carry across, because April was the month where I finally finished reading Homer's The Iliad. There was a brilliant new translation by Emily Wilson of the Iliad that I got last September and have been trying to slog through ever since, and finally completed this month. And to me, I got that same kind of message from the Iliad. You know, what is the measure of a human being, and what of that measure constitutes goodness? And of course, it was a little ironic to see that same book being held in the hands of our vice president's wife, Usha Vance, when she was in Iceland last month. She got a lot of flack from the left for having read that book, and I wish she hadn't, because, as I said, I just completed it and got a lot out of it. I find Ms. Wilson's translation to be quite feminist, quite progressive. She treated the subject matter from that kind of point of view. Well, maybe not a point of view as much as a respect for the long-standing importance of that great epic of the Trojan War. I just hope that Mrs. Vance got from it the same kind of moral enlightenment that I got from it. Certainly pray for it. So did anybody see Pete Buttigieg on the Andrew Schultz podcast? I didn't watch the entire podcast. It was 2.5 hours long, and so most of the information I got about it was from the internet, commentary, snippets here and there. But overall, I was super impressed with Pete Buttigieg. I think that if he was carrying the banner for the Democrats on a national scale, he's someone we can rally around. He has a way of talking to everyone. It kind of reminds me of Al Franken in that way, and something about Al Franken that I really admired as well. So I'm hoping that Pete Buttigieg is a little bit of a way out from where we are right now. And I think that the way that he was talking with Andrew Schultz is something that everyone needs to sit up and watch. Because we really do need to talk more, don't we? We sure do. Oh, and hey, did you know? Fire Festival is officially out. But make way for the new Fire Festival, Coachella. I loved Coachella 2025 this year. Just watched every live stream that I could through the whole 2 weeks of it. And I felt like I had the best seat in the house. I heard about a lot of people complaining about the amenities at Coachella and the infrastructure and all of those same kind of like Fire Festival vibes. And I just thought, oh, well, look, it's practically 1%ers all complaining about being thrown in the lifeboat with the rest of us. But neither here nor there. I think if you got to see Green Day and Lady Gaga and Missy Elliott and Charlie XCX, I don't know if I could have caught everybody as much if I'd have been there myself. So I had a great time. My favorite act? Hands down, Lady Gaga. She had this drummer named Tosh the drummer. he just held the whole stage up for everybody to do their best. And Lady Gaga just slayed. I had no idea that she was such a master of the live show. I don't know why that couldn't have occurred to me sooner, but I am surely glad to have seen confirmation that she rules. Missy Elliott and her stage and production was fantastic as well. Someone whose stage production really blew me away was Tyla. This new South African performer is just, oh my God, incredible. But and Green Day I loved so much. They are kind of my heroes as far as the arena rock kings. You know, they've been the arena rock kings since Woodstock too. They only shared with the Foo Fighters, but at Coachella this year, they slayed, absolutely slayed. Totally proved why they should be a headline act. And I'm just so glad to see them still rocking out after all these years. And what was up with that Charlie XCX show? I mean, it had its moments, but the music was so scratchy and itchy to me. Maybe it's my age or something, but I felt like I would only enjoy it under massive doses of ketamine. But it was okay. I just don't understand why she got so butthurt about Green Day upstaging her. But maybe that's just a manufactured problem, just a Fire Festival kind of problem. Just like Justin Bieber. Everybody was like, what's up with Justin Bieber? Why is that? I don't know. He looks okay to me. He's just growing up. Maybe we need to do some of that. Leave Justin alone. Anyway, make a short of that if you wish. And April was the time for the last vestige of antebellum American history. I'm referring to the NFL draft. The NFL has been working on making it more of a spectacle so that people can bet on it, maybe. But this year was such a cluster show. Of course, that doesn't mean it won't be even bigger and nastier and more outrageous next year. I feel a little sorry for Shadur Sanders, the way he came out of it. Again, another case of almost 1%er being thrown in the lifeboat with the rest of us, and we get to watch how they deal with that for our entertainment. It was a tempest in a teapot, though, really, wasn't it? I mean, poor guy still is doing fine. Maybe he won't be playing as much as he wanted to, but he's young. He's got a great career ahead of him. And, you know, his father has already had such a massive impact on our culture. I think that might be where some of it lands. I think also, you know, there's still a lot of irritation over black men being able to play quarterback. So, you know, those scabs keep getting scratched open again. But that's history, isn't it? I also feel blessed to have caught a tech talk by Carole Cadwaladr this month on the coming autocracy brought by AI. It was pretty depressing in a lot of ways. You could tell Ms. Cadwaladr was scared to death because of what she was saying. In case you don't know, she got into some trouble before by calling out our what she calls the tech broligarchy, and pointing to their role in Brexit and other things like that. But there was some hope out of this. I think Ms. Cadwaladr is showing us a way out of this AI bubble. She reminds us that the data used to train these AIs belongs to us in the first place. It came from us, and it should belong to us. She calls for something of a consumer union to agitate and organize for the rights that are due us from what we, the people, have put into growing AI. So we'll see how that shakes out. And lastly, we have a month-long celebration of neurodivergence. Yes, April was Autism Awareness Month. And while the official stance might have been that autistic people, neurodivergent people specifically, are handicapped and a drain on our society and caused by some insidious government plot to put fluoride in our water or something like that, I think that it's a little frustrating that our government wants to promote intellectual diversity but not neurological diversity, as if there really is a difference. Well, I guess the difference is what intellectual diversity really means. But you know what? We don't have to listen to them. There's plenty of other people we can listen to. I've been listening to Jahri's World. He's a hip-hop artist who uses music to teach basic skills. And I kind of consider Jahri to be the Rafi of this new generation. He mainly works with autistic kids, but I find his music to be fun to listen to as an adult, and I'm sure that kids of all ages can really enjoy Jahri's World. A lot of fun. Highly recommend. Get to it. Oh, and a quick postscript. Memento mori for Overwatch and World of Warcraft art director Bill Petras, who passed away in April. His work was really, really good, and my favorite game could not be what it was without his art direction. So he will be missed, and we'll pour out a little moonberry juice for you. So there you have the May 2025 scroll report. I hope I showed you a couple of ways out for you, and I hope you enjoyed. Like this video if you liked it, and leave a comment if there was anything else in April that you think should have been covered, and we'll take a look at it. And subscribe to catch May's wrap-up in June. And if you would like direct links to the content that I discussed in this vlog, then subscribe to my newsletter. I'm putting a link to sign up for the newsletter below, and I look forward to sending you more information in the cultural scroll. Thanks again, and have a wonderful May.